Jeg er veldig glad i Aalborg. It's been exciting 4 months, a lot of things, a lot of work, and of course it's the starting of a project. But I think it has been very, very intense 4 months with a lot of work with the staff, with the players. Not so much time, unfortunately, to know the city, but hopefully I'm going to have the chance in the next few months to know a little bit more now that COVID restrictions seems that are going to be a little bit better.
I 4 måneder har cheftræner Martí Cifuentes stået i spidsen for AaB.
It's always a big challenge, not only for us, but I would say all the clubs in the world that change 3 times in a season. A head coach is always a bit challenging because of many reasons. It's new training methodology, it's new ideas. One advantage that we had, of course, it was that the staff is the same, so in some way I tried to get a lot of knowledge, both from Peter Verheer, from Rasmus, from Bush, from all the staff, so they helped me a lot. But at the same time, of course, I'm new in the league, I'm new in the club, so you try to implement some new ideas, you try to learn from a lot of things, from the knowledge they have, from the players as well.
Efter en svær indledning på forårssæsonen blev mesterskabsspillet misset i sidste runde med et nederlag mod AaB.
I think that especially the first half was disappointing. We couldn't get the result to get in the top 6, so then it was like starting a new phase, because in some way when you are in this relegation group, you need first of all to make the points to avoid to be in danger of going down. But I never felt, to be honest, that we could go down. I think that we have fantastic players, fantastic group of players, so when you have quality in the team as we do, I think that it was just about time that the results will come.
I 3F Superligans kvalifikationsspil, som blev indledt i april, har AaB hentet 11 point i 6 kampe og scoret 13 mål.
I think that one of our, I would say, best strengths since I arrived is that despite we had a lot of tough moments together, because we suffer in some way in some games, a lot of situations that we went through, and in some way I want to think that helped us to grow as a team, to be more mature, and when you get victories, everything is easier. Especially, I would say that the 2 last games at home, both against Odense and especially the last one against Lyngby, I think we have been playing at a really good level. The last 2 games at home, we felt the energy of the supporters. I said before, I think it was fantastic. I've been now 5 years in Scandinavia, and I can say that it's one of the best atmospheres I experienced. So even though it was only around 3,000, 4,000 in the last 2 games, it was a fantastic atmosphere, top. So I really enjoyed it, and I think that gave us a big extra, a plus for the players. Obviously, because it has been 1 year without the spectators in the pitch, but not only that, the energy, how much they support for 90 minutes. It was fantastic. So from an individual point of view, I really enjoy it, and I really like, hopefully we can deliver to all of them a lot of good performances, because wow, it was really, really nice to feel this atmosphere.
De seneste 3 hjemmekampe har givet 3 sejre, men fremgangen i spillet er ikke pludselig.
I saw progression even in January when we had these friendly games, and unfortunately we couldn't get the results we wanted in the first games. The progression was there. Then all this progression, football is a little bit like this. You win and then everything is fantastic, when perhaps it's not. And then when you lose, everything is super bad, when in fact it's not that bad. So I think our job as a professional in football is try to keep the calm, try to keep the direction. And in that sense, I think that it's very clear that the direction is there. As a team, we are growing in different sense. As I said, it's not only that we can analyze how we are pressing. I think we're pressing better now than 2 months ago, 3 months ago. I think that we are building up much better now. We are creating more goal chances in the last games that we did in February. But as well, there are other parts that is about the mental part, it's about the team spirit, it's about the capacity that all the players can perform. And in that sense, I give a lot of credit to all the squad, because even though when we have injured players, when we have players on quarantine, the one who is taking the plays and playing a game is showing a fantastic level. So that shows that in many areas we are developing. I know that many of them are not easy to see, but we do, and that's why I think that both the staff, the players, we have a common goal, a clear direction, and I think that we are on the right track.
Det førte i fredags til en 4-0 sejr over Lyngby Boldklub.
Alting går op i en højere enhed for AaB i dag.
think that the first 20 minutes were a pleasure for me as a coach to see how the players press high, we recover high with a lot of energy, we create goal chances. So this is an expression that I love it, and hopefully we can repeat. And then I think that the second half was the last part of the game, the bench impact. We made some subs, especially on the wing backs, because our positions that usually require big physical effort. So then I think the energy both from bursting and Hannes' ball helped the team a lot. Plus team that was fantastic, scoring 2 goals. But as well, I think that Martin, Pedro made a really good performance when they came from the bench. So I think that collectively was a very solid performance in terms of how we press, how we recover the ball high. And perhaps the biggest difference was the way we build up with a lot of calm. T, Daniel were really good in terms of breaking lines, in terms of finding the freeman. And obviously a player that it's very important for us as Lucas, and that when he's fit, when he's as sharp as he was, he made the difference for us. So the 60 minutes he played for me at top level.
AaB's talisman er tilbage!
Nu er der 4 kampe tilbage i 3F Superligans kvalifikationsspil, og her skal der fokuseres på holdets stabilitet.
There are a lot of things that we can improve in how stable we are, especially game to game. And that's, I would say, one of the biggest challenges we have, I would say, in the next 4 or 5 games. So we need to be, our approach is try to improve the last performance. That will be our approach every week. And we know now that the demand is quite high because we are coming from a very good game against Lyngby. And the challenge that we send to the players in the beginning of the week, it was that let's see if we are able to improve, or at least to maintain the level of performance, the level of expression in that last game against Lyngby. So the target is try to be better every day in the practice, and then try to be better every game, week after week, and then we'll see how long we're going to arrive, and hopefully, of course, we can play this European qualification game, and hopefully, of course, we can go to Europe. We're very committed, but we want to be humble, we want to go week by week and think just about the next game, which for me is the most important one.